Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Solasta with me, Bring It On. I swapped the cleric and ranger positions in the party so that the cleric is now up front when we move. Been meaning to do that for a while, just kept forgetting. Now let's hunt down some Sorax in the town or city or village of Copperin. I don't remember what it's called. Which one of those it is.
It's rather silly, really, this young man. He asked me for a specific design so he could propose.
So, he probably gambled the money away.
Not him. Straight arrow. On the fast track to sergeant or higher. I asked around.
So, where is this paragon of yours?
Consigned to guard duty. A whole week. And that just on his return from patrol.
Okay, I was going to cast guidance on my paladin there. Luckily I didn't need to. Not that it would have helped. I don't think we've passed a single persuasion check this entire game. That was the third clue. I would consider it the first one, but what are numbers anyway? So we have to talk to this guy as well. Let's cast guidance. Just to be on the safe side.
Well, mate, what can we do for you on this fine morning?
The Senard sent us.
The Senard sent us to talk to you. Anything unusual in the last days?
Well, the Baron came back with a bunch of prisoners. Highwaymen, apparently. I'm wondering why they didn't hang them on the spot.
Hanging, eh? Would that be the normal practice?
Yes. You don't need that many prisoners to make them talk, if you ask me.
We should go.
Pleasure doing business with you. Stay in the light.
And that was the fifth clue. Also, did y'all see the size of that sword behind him? Look at that. It's literally twice the length of him. Oops, didn't mean to click on him again.
Well, mate, what can we do for you on
I was
this
just looking
fine
at your
morning?
wares, man. Don't actually want
We
to talk
should
to
go.
you.
Pleasure doing business with you. Stay in the light.
I'd call it window shopping, but you don't have windows. Alright, let's go to the tavern. There were a couple people in here earlier who we couldn't talk to. Right here. The maid and the sergeant.
Sergeant, when can I see my Eric? He is due some liberty.
Lass, I already told you. He's assigned to guard duty.
A whole week of it? And that after 2 weeks on patrol? No, he just doesn't want to see me anymore.
Now, lass, don't you fret. It's not that at all. The old man has his whole patrol on guard duty in the basement ever since they came back. Something's up. And whatever it is, it can't be good.
Her outfit made her look like she wouldn't be out of place in like the 90s. Oh, look at this. There's a little note pin in the wall there with the knife. Some neat attention to detail. And there was another group of people. Was it? No, not over here. Alright, we'll just look at the map and see where they are. The bartender. We can talk to him and citizens over here. Where are we at?
Ha! The Senard's hopping mad.
Why's that?
The whole week he's been waiting, and still no meeting with the Baron.
Well, that's weird. Usually they meet every day at least. Like an old couple, the two of them.
Okay, so I have a theory what's going on. The Baron has been replaced with the Sorak, so that'll end up being a boss fight. And the Baron is having the guards round up prisoners instead of hanging them to convert them into more Sorax, or convert more Sorax into them to have them infiltrate more of the society. Based on the evidence we've received so far.
Mistress Mildred, the brewer wants to know when to bring the next delivery of ale. He doesn't want it to go stale. He has his reputation to consider.
If only the Stonefist had let his thirsty patrol out on leave as usual. But now, we've only got the regulars and the ale's not moving too fast. Take him 2 empty barrels and get 2 new. It's the best we can do right now.
Sergeant Nikkinen. He's ready for war, isn't he? I like his outfit. Not usually a big fan of the gold coloration, but it looks pretty good on him. It's probably because of the red hair.
Well met again. So, you've had a chance to walk around the city and hear what people are saying? So, what do you think?
These highwaymen.
The story with the highwaymen is also weird. Why keep them prisoner? Normally the penalty is clear and swift. On the frontier, you don't feed idle people, particularly not scum like highwaymen. At best, you put them to work. At worst, they become fertilizer.
The soldiers.
Something is wrong. Soldiers back from a patrol denied leave, posted to guard duty instead of visiting the tavern?
There are 2 things I didn't mention in our last conversation. Things about Roald and the Baron.
Roald.
What about Roald?
When you told me of Roald's death and returned his personal effects, I was speechless. Not out of grief, but because not a week before, Roald had come back from patrol.
You mean one of them is not who he seems?
I feel like that's pressing information. He should have told me right away. Granted, maybe he couldn't trust us either. So not only the Baron, but probably the guards as well have already been replaced with Sorax, and they're trying to build their forces with the highwaymen. I'm guessing. Or they're eating the highwaymen. I don't know what the Sorax eat. I assume they're carnivores. The Baron.
What about the Baron?
I've known him for 20 years. I was a founding member of the company. Now, for the first time in 10 years, I am Officer of the Day posted here, and that's not all. For the last 10 years, he's always called me Joris. Now, all of a sudden, it's back to Nikkinen. Something's wrong. I can feel it.
Suggestion, Sarge?
The Synod mentioned your mission. He and I go back a long way. So, go to see the Baron and tell him your heirloom story. I know what his normal reaction would be. So come back and we can compare notes. And if I were you, I wouldn't mention Roald, the caravan, or anything else. Clear skies to you.
Or I mentioned all the above, start a fight, and get some sweet loot and experience.
The Baron's waiting for you.
Well, thank you. Have any loot laying around in here? Doesn't look like it. Don't know which way we have to go. We can't interact with this door, it looks like. At least not yet. Have we finished any of these crafting things? I don't think we have. I don't think any time's passed since I checked last. Nope, still working on it. Just a quick look-see around the walls with my spider climbing friend. Oh, can we go all the way around? Okay. This might be worth checking out then. There could be some loot tucked away up here somewhere. So let's just check, and then we'll go check out the Baron, have a conversation with him, and hopefully get the opportunity to accuse him of being a Sorak right out the gate. I can't go any further that way. That would have been a good place for a treasure to be tucked away. I see that as a wasted opportunity. Oh, she needs to refill her arrows before I forget. Let's take care of that. I don't know how prevalent charming is going to be in this game. I haven't run across it so far. Also, Feindal, reload your arrows as well. Right there. Alright, and we go. Baron Gromnir.
Greetings, adventurers. Sergeant Nickenen says you want to see me on some urgent matter?
Yes, it concerns our traveling companion, Lady Kythaela.
Then let her speak for herself.
My lord, before the cataclysm, this valley was in the care of my family. Alas, only a few of us managed to survive, and none at all in the valley.
A sad tale, my lady, but not uncommon. Those were dire times.
My father passed away recently. Upon his deathbed, he mentioned some family heirlooms left in a hidden room somewhere in the fortress. With your leave, my lord, I would like to search for this hidden room and retrieve my family's belongings.
Out of the question. This is my castle, and all in it belongs to me. Now begone, and be glad that, as a guest, you are protected by our customs. Otherwise, your impudence would land you in the dungeon.
That's awfully hostile. Oh, kicked me
He's
out.
rude, but he's a dwarf after all.
Let's see if we can go back in. It's probably going to say I can't open it, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, alright. Back to Sergeant Nickenen.
Ah, you're back. How did the audience go?
Clear skies. Well, he didn't imprison us, just threw us out.
Just threw you out? That's not like him at all.
Oh, he's not always so generous to strangers?
No. Just pragmatic and smart.
Pragmatic.
Pragmatic?
It would be cheaper to let you find the heirlooms under close escort. He'd demand a fee, but it's easier than having to search for himself.
Smart.
Smart?
Of course, smart. If we assume Lady Kythaela's story is true, then arresting her or coercing her could have drawn the ire of an elven clan. A pretty stupid move for stuff which might only have sentimental value, so not like Gromnir at all.
Fine. What do you suggest?
Let me make some preparations. You go back to him tomorrow, as envoys of the Legacy Council.
Right,
He is a nice dwarf.
Now I'm curious, can we leave? I need to take a long rest. It might be worth just leaving and coming back. I can't exit this place. Alright, well, we'll come out here and take a nap, because it's free, instead of going to the tavern. Had no idea that campsite was even out there. Luckily, I went to go see if we could leave, because I want to go open up that chest at the Oracle. But no such luck. Go to the throne room. I wonder if he's going to help us fight. We could definitely use some backup, because she's not really hitting for much of anything. I actually think in the last fight she missed every attack.
Sergeant Nickenen, why are you bringing these people to me again?
My lord, they showed me credentials that I thought you should see.
Credentials? What do credentials have to do with Lady Kythaela's claims?
You were from the Legacy Council.
My lord, we are deputies of the Legacy Council.
And the Legacy Council interferes in Copperan's affairs?
Quite the contrary, my lord. The Council would appreciate Copperan's help.
Why didn't you say so yesterday?
We do not flaunt our allegiance unless there is need, my lord.
Lady Kythaela works for the Legacy Council.
Lady Kythaela has agreed to help the Council in a delicate and vital matter.
And what is that?
Historical research.
Those baubles have some historical value?
We believe so, my lord. We wouldn't be here otherwise.
Then why not just say so?
Confidential matters are best handled confidentially, my lord.
Then, shall we search for these heirlooms together? I shall escort you, and we'll inventory the historical items. Then we can discuss a reasonable share for the keep.
That would be more than fair, my lord.
Then please, lead the way. Where should we start?
In the basement, my lord.
Let's go then. Nikkonen, you were right to bring them to me. Now back to your post.
Yes, my lord.
He seemed somewhat reasonable there.
Baron's waiting for you.
Just in case. Alright, which way? Let's check this out first. Can I go in here? There we go. That's one way. Can't do anything with the torch. Okay. What's this? Symbol's illegible. Perhaps we can find another one elsewhere. Perhaps. Some money, a dead cleric letter, a book, and a dusty old book. What do we have? Alright, the early days of Copperan. Excerpt from the Veil of Remembrance to the Veil of Dreams by Cram Steelspine, Sionard of the Mines. We'd heard rumors, and then most of the elven troops garrisoned in our valley left through the gates to meet a dire threat. Yet with enough left behind to ensure that Imperial law still reigned supreme. On this direst of days, the sky broke. Lightning fell again and again. And worst of all, magic failed. I remember quite vividly the ashen face of our resident wizard, a young scion of a minor branch of House Ergatine, as he told Eldoril Sharpblade, the officer left in charge of the Veil, the man had disappeared and that he wasn't even able to light a candle with his magic. Eldoril Sharpblade was a no-nonsense elven veteran, who quickly realized that none of his contingency orders covered such an occurrence. Like every thrall, I was planning a rebellion against the Imperial Order. In the middle of the destruction wreaked by this cataclysm, Eldoril made me realize that our fates were intertwined. Without magic, without the Empire behind him, there was no way he would be able to compel us to behave like good little Imperial thralls. On the other hand, some of his patrols had brought back the corpses of very dangerous-looking monsters, and his men had the equipment, discipline, and training needed to face such fearsome foes. If only it had been that simple. The young Ergatine wizard thought himself the equal of a master in wit, if not in power, and managed to convince his personal guard to follow him on a trek towards the Imperial Heartlands, away from the taint of this travesty of discussion with with thralls. Fellow elves. Wait, what? Whoops, wasn't capitalized. So I think it was the next sentence. Fellow elves, he let them go with a heavy heart. It was the last we heard or saw of them. 1 year after the cataclysm, I met my first humans. Eldoril was able to tell me they were not, as I had thought, enemies, but rather refugees turned allies of the Empire. And what a sorry bunch they were, some elderly, children, and women, Not many fighting men among them, and they were following an old man, Edgel Karst, decked in clothes of the color of fire. This first winter had been more than dire, but somehow, the steep walls of our valley had shielded us. We had room left to shelter those people, provided they could forage for their own food. At that, Edgel Karst, the cleric of Arun, gave a little smile, and out of nothing, conjured up a feast for his followers. We were all dumbstruck. Magic was returning. And yet, our few remaining arcanists confirmed, explaining that he was only a vessel channeling the mana offered by the gods, so that his flock could survive. Now, those human gods were real, and their magic was functioning, and those humans were all skilled with their hands, not being used to having magic at their disposal for every single task. Soon, they weren't refugees anymore, but valued members of our community, helping men to repair with their hands in stone and wood, instead of with spells and mana. Their expertise was welcome, as our foraging parties couldn't wander outside the fortress walls anymore, as the weather and the monsters had redoubled their assault. By now, even the fiercest of the anti-mana column among my miners approve of our tentative partnership with their erstwhile guards, as they have shown us that, no matter what their faults, their courage more than makes up for them. I am Cram Steelspine, the foreman of the mine, speaker to the elves, and Senard of the mines. Senard I remain, but of the whole Vale of Corporan, as we have chosen to rename our enclave. Strike true, fellow miners. Dusty old book. Wildspring safe key code. Do not communicate outside the family. Guest cell key. Communicate at the discretion of the warden. Dead cleric letter. O holy twins, Kyrie and Juno, beloved of mankind. My time is now scarce, but my faith is strong. I bid you read these words of prayer. Know that with my last breaths I have laid low your enemies. Know that with my last drops of blood I have offered you sacrifice. Know that with my last words I praise you. Life drains from me, though you are ever young. I die, but you shall endure forever. And let the last deeds of this mortal man be my final act of devotion. I had a hard time reading. I also feel like my voice is about to give out. Oh, my voice just feels tired. My throat feels tired. Everybody come up here, please. Oh, more guards in here. Well, there's a Stonefist. I don't want to go talk to him yet. Let's circle back around and go the other way. All the way back around, please. I'm assuming once we open up whatever this vault is, these guys are going to attack us. We have two passwords. One, I'll have to look at that book again. Want to do the one that's, whoops, actually I triggered this.
Here, this is the place.
And so near the dungeons. How subtle. And fitting. Please, Lady Kythaela, before we inventory your heirlooms, there is something I wish to show you. You will find it interesting, hopefully.
Is that the Baron?
Now we shall all have a nice long chat together. And you will give me that crown.
I don't have my buffs up. It's okay. We rolled well. We can take care of that real fast. I assume they'd wait at least until we opened up the vault. They don't know how to get in there. So he's in dim light and he's unlit. Actually, let's go and use Divine Fortitude here. And I'll get a spiritual weapon out. Alright, have her take care of the guards up on the, Oh, hey, the cannon did show up. Oh, thanks, buddy.
Wait till the next one.
Well, 60 health. Alright, he's not a pushover at least. I appreciate that. I don't think I need to use this. So I think I'm just gonna attack these guys.
Lucky? Perhaps.
I should have to smite him a second time. Forward and tank up. I don't know what I just did. I didn't mean to activate action surge. I was just trying to end his turn, or do dodge. No, screw it. Come up here, I guess. Alright, please kill him so I don't have to worry about him next turn.
A good kill, as they say.
Nice. Okay. That works out in my favor.
No!
Oh no, don't like him being over there by himself with these guys around. Wait, dead. I did change some of my dice around as well. Some of them should be elemental dice. When they pop up. No. We'll just skip that.
Fine stroke.
He should be one shot. And I guess this guy.
More coming your way.
I'll scoot her back a little bit. I probably need to scoot back the Kythaela as well. Alright, so I am going to use these now. Sacred Weapon and Divine Favor. I think he'll be fine to hold the line here for now. He has second wind, so he can heal himself as well. One of the perks of having a fighter. Until he does that. Alright. This fight escalated quite a bit. I thought fighting just like the 4 guards and the Baron himself was going to be enough, but nope, they threw even more at us. I should have cast Grease instead.
Not bad, eh?
Oh, there's another one behind us too, jeez. Should have really taken a better stock of all the enemies that showed up.
A palpable hit.
Alright, one more hit. Good job. I get in his way so he doesn't go after Feindal. Alright, one more hit.
You have them now.
And then I go over here and try and save our buddy. He came to our aid, I'm gonna come to his. Actually helps me out. So thank you for pushing him down. I appreciate it. Alright, please kill him.
Bravo!
Perfect.
Victory is yours!
Again, harder.
Probably could have set that over there. Either way, I don't think it could have attacked this turn, so that's fine.
Blessed are the light bringers.
Alright, just melted these guys. Oh, there's another guy. Whoa, okay. They just don't stop coming, do they? I don't have any torches I can light? I completely forgot. I think I lit everything before we actually started the
Hold
fight.
firm. You've endured worse.
It's just pretty dark down here. Well, good job, man. Didn't expect him to get the killing blow there.
Telling blow.
Pop that first. I keep forgetting to do that when I change targets. What a doozy. Alright, you can have these arrows and this poison. And then I'm going to call the episode here. In the next one, we will free the Baron and I guess open up the vault for Kythaela with our new companions. And yeah, just proceed from there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.